Hi, welcome to Diamond Custom Paint Shop. In this video, we're going to be painting the white ghost flames on this gas tank. Now, we had already painted the red ghost flames on in the last video we did on this tank. And this time we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint the white ones on. So first thing we're going to do is going to use some Limeline fine line tape to tape off the ghost flames. Then we're going to mask everything off, and then we're going to go ahead and use some white paint to spray on the white ghost flames. And then after that, we'll unmask everything and we'll see what it looks like. And we'll be right back with starting to tape things off. Okay, we're back. We're going to start laying down our lines. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I did some kind of guides here with a white Stabilo pencil. Just kind of make the video a little faster, kind of lay it out a little bit where I want my flames to be. Kind of match up the other side here, which I already did. The Stabilo pencil, it's water soluble, so you can just wipe these off when you're done with water or with window cleaner. So, all right, so let's get started. So like I said in my other videos, what I like to do is I like to just make a length here and kind of lay this off to the side for this side of the lick. Then I'll go up to this first belly of this first flame and kind of lay that out first. And then to this, remember, you don't want to put too much tension on this. You don't want to pull it tight, and stretch the tape, because once you put these circles down, the tape wants to contract back to its normal size. And what will happen is these edges will kind of curl up on you. So what I do is I just pull a length out, and I just kind of barely just get it so it's kind of straight, just so I can control the tape. Because it's easier to guide these circles around if you have a length on it, kind of do this rather than if you're clear up short like this, trying to, do the circles. So, all right, here we go. Continue on with this. Bring it around. Do this first lick down. And then after we do that lick, we can go back to this right side over here and finish that one up. And like this one here, I can see that one's not quite so smooth, so I can redo these. Like I said, you can pull this tape up and reapply it a few times, and it'll still stay sticky. That's what's good about this Limeline tape. You can reposition your tape quite a few times before it's not sticky enough anymore. And when I'm laying out these flames, especially on the second set of flames, the white ones, I'm kind of seeing how I want them to go. So I'm going to have some overlap over top of this red flame and some that'll appear to go underneath it and then back up over the top. So okay. Okay, now I know on this lick right here, this one's going to actually go underneath this red. So you want to make sure you kind of curve it so you get a good angles. You don't want it riding right along the edge because that's going to be hard to kind of get it to go under and do a good underlap. So I kind of curve it out. And I'm bringing it down back in. So that can be, actually I'll tape it off so that is going to be underneath that red lick. Let's see here. Get this box under here so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right. Pull the length off of tape. And we're just going to make a big curve right here. And I find that the faster you do that, once you get some practice, the better your curves come out with any jagged edges the first time you do it. Kind of get in a smooth rhythm of it. But a lot of times when I'm first doing them and I'm trying to get the idea of it, I go a little slower. Then once I see where I want it, then I'll peel it back up and then do my fast curve after I get the idea. Okay, here again, I'm going to come around and I think I'm going to, nope, this one will be over top because I have right there. I guess that one could be underneath. Yeah, we can figure that out later. That comes, you do all that when you start masking off. Okay, so now we're going to mask these off, but first we're going to decide what licks is going to go under what other licks and what's going to go on top. Now these, like I said, these are all going to be white ghost flames, and so I'm going to have a couple of these go underneath the red, so it appears it kind of goes under it and then back up over top. The first one I know, this right here, I'm going to have this white one be underneath that red one. So first thing you're going to do is get your fine line tape, and you're going to tape off the red ghost flame, because you don't, when you're painting your white across that, you don't want anything to go onto the red. You want your white will stop here and then pick up again right here. So then in the end, it'll appear that is underneath that red ghost flame. So first thing you do, take your fine line tape and tape on the red up to the edge of the red paint right there. So you just take this, and what I do is I kind of, I'm going to exaggerate here, but I'll move it back and forth like this once I get this down until I kind of see that edge, and then I'll kind of just put it back right so it goes right on the edge. So I kind of go back and forth really small. That way I can get it pretty much right on that exact edge. And once you do it, you'll see what I mean by kind of going back and forth a tiny bit, because it kind of it'll let you see that red underneath it, and then when you'll know right when you're on the edge. And then, so that's the top of it. And now I'm going to do the bottom edge of that. Again, taping on the red flame to the inside of the red flame there. Okay, there we go. And then now we'll take some masking tape and we'll tape that spot off. So we'll put it on one edge on the top edge, and then we'll cut to fit the bottom and sides. So we have the top edge. Now we're just going to cut with our X-Acto knife along on that fine line tape, the bottom edge there. And we'll take our excess off here. A little more, looks like I need a new blade here, but there we go. Okay, and there you'll see it. So then in the end, everything's going to be masked off, but you'll see this, what won't be masked is this white flame right here. You can see it's going to stop there and then pick up again right here. So that's going to appear to be underneath that red flame. Okay, let's see, where else? I know over here on this side I wanted to do it. So this one right here, I want that one to be underneath that. So come around, go underneath, and then pop back up right here and make this final lick at the end right there. And actually, as I'm looking at this, if you keep looking at it, you'll see how you may want to change your flames. I can see this one's skinny here, then it gets fat. I want it the opposite. I want it fatter here, then get skinnier. So I'm going to re-tape this one real quick. This come around. All right, there we go. I like that better. Okay, let's see if I can get this up here. Kind of hard to get this to where you can see it. Yeah, we're just going to go like this. Right there, this guy right here. So, like I said, first thing we're going to do, and so this one, it's actually going to go under this one, and then this two right here. So this one and this one will be underneath. Then it kind of comes up and pops up over top of this one. So it's going to kind of show right here. So we got to tape off both that lick and this lick on the red separately. Yeah. So we'll take our fine line tape, taping on the red flame up to the edge. Then we'll do the other side. Okay. So there's that one there. Now we're going to hit this one, this guy right here. First, I'm going to wipe off some of my Stabilo right here. I tape over it. This is just, I just got some window cleaner on this, a little wet, so it wipes that right off. Okay, we'll do our top edge here first. There we go, taping on the red flame. Then we'll hit our bottom. All right, there we go. Now we will take our masking tape. We'll just do one edge side. And then we'll cut out the rest, the other sides. So basically all we need to do is kind of cut this line right here, because this is all going to be masked off anyways. So just kind of come up, follow that fine line tape underneath it of your edge. Here we go. Same thing with this one. All right, there we go. Now you can see this flame's going to come around white, be underneath that part of the red. That's coming up this way. And then underneath this part right here, and keep going. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and we'll take a break. I'll get everything maxed off. And when we'll be back, we'll start to spray the white paint to give us our white ghost flames. Okay, we're ready to spray the white paint. Gives our white ghost flames. I already did the other side to kind of keep the video shorter. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the red, but a little more dramatic of not aiming more towards the tape and more towards this masking tape than anywhere else, and then just let the overspray fade up onto that line there. So we get a nice fade, kind of a ghost flame, right? So, all right, well, let's get to it. As you'll see, I clean my tip quite a bit just because I don't want to risk getting any splutter or spatter on along my fade there. So I'll be cleaning my tip quite a bit just to make sure everything's flowing nice and good. Okay, well, there you go. There's the white ghost flames on the red ghost flames. Everything turned out pretty good. Unmasked everything, and looks like all of our over and unders turned out pretty good here, where the flames go under the red flame and when they go over. Yeah. So one thing I did want to mention is when you're unmasking, be careful not to let the tape get away from you, especially these big pieces of masking tape where you have these big areas you masked over. Make sure it doesn't come back and the sticky part get on where you just airbrushed, because what will happen is you'll go to pull that off and it'll leave a texture or it'll peel up your paint altogether. I had it happen on the other side, just barely touched the flame, but I kind of caught it in time and didn't do anything damage, so I was lucky there. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that when you're unmasking. Just kind of take your time. I was kind of in a hurry to get this done, so I was kind of moving a little fast. So yeah, just slow down for that. So now I'm just gonna probably clean this up and get it ready for clear coat. I'll probably clear coat it tomorrow. And stay tuned for a short, because I'll post a short on what this looks like after it's clear coated. You'll be able to see the metal flake underneath, and all these ghost flames will really pop. One other thing I'll probably do when this is all said and done is I'll probably add some shadows on the white ghost flames where the red crosses over top of it. I may try add a little where the white crosses over. I don't know how much you'll be able to see it. So yeah, so stay tuned for that short in the next couple of days. So yes, thanks for tuning into this channel, and I'll see you on the next one.